folks.
Welcome to the Goldwater. I'm blending in the background.
Blending. Dianna Prince here, blending it in.
Blending.
Phil drinking his blend over there.
Yeah.
That coffee
I'm
smells really good.
camouflaging.
Oh, it is, yeah.
It is 10 o'clock in
Yes.
Manila.
And I'm literally a chameleon.
Yeah.
Yay!
She's changing.
I'm changing.
Normally she
She
grows
what?
fangs and rips people's heads off.
How's everyone?
So, yeah, welcome to the Goldwater. This is called the Preamble to Singapore. We're going to be talking a little bit about Trump, of course, doing a little chess play, saying no, it's off, you know. I mean, showing him who's boss. We're going to be talking a little bit about the games. His quote was, we'll see, everybody plays games. So, but yeah, just a few hours ago, he announced that it is back on the 12th. It'll be the 13th over here, probably around 10 o'clock. Maybe earlier, because they'll probably want to get it on at anywhere between 7 and 10 Eastern time.
Mm-hmm.
But they still want to catch the West Coast folks, so I would say 9, probably 9 to 10 Eastern time, and that would be 9 to 10 our time over here in the morning on the 13th.
Yeah.
So we will be over there covering that on a marathon session.
Probably it's like a surprise. What if the summit won't be in Singapore?
No,
it will be. It will happen in Malaysia. It's okay. You'll just cross the border.
Well, no, I mean we're in the neighborhood, so I mean,
yeah.
We have cameras. We'll travel, so we're rigged, ready to rock. But yeah, it'll be a marathon session. So for all the folks in the U.S., we'll be doing that whole day, which will be through the night for us.
Oh boy!
Yeah, it'll be awesome though. We're gonna be hunter-killer mode. We're gonna go and we're gonna check out to see if we can catch Air Force One and Kim Jong Un's plane.
Air Force One.
And
the plane.
Possibly President Xi's plane landing. We know where they're going to be landing, and I think they're going to be staying at the Shangri-La. So we can't afford to stay there. Rooms are right now. If you could even get one, rooms are a couple grand.
Oh, hey.
Yeah. So,
really? Isn't that expensive? We have Shangri-La here.
Yeah.
Is it the same? It's like the same, right?
I don't know if it's the same company or what. Yeah. Okay. Well, the one over there I've heard of. From way back when, I think when...
Because isn't one of the malls also owned by those same people?
Well, there's also the Shangri-La, like, you know...
Right.
There's probably 5,000 Shangri-La restaurants.
I remember we were drinking in Shangri-La in Hong Kong, and it was amazing. Do you remember that?
Oh, yeah.
Or you forgot?
So I don't know if that's the same thing, but that's the place. Dom, our producer over at Revolution Radio, took us on a grand tour and was saying, wasn't he saying that that's like where one of the few helicopter landing pads right in that area? That's so you got to have, if you got a helicopter, you have to have club access at the Shangri-La. But we had club access. Oh my Lord, that was insane.
That was insane.
It
was. We were drinking with monks.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah. The monks rule the place. The monks over there, they can walk in anywhere. Yeah. And they don't pay.
Right. They just eat.
Because it's like the higher level of monks, and so nobody talks to them.
Eat and run.
They just come in and they sit down and they eat and they leave. And I mean, how cool would that be?
It's not even considered rude. That's awesome.
Well,
they don't pay.
They don't pay at all.
Is there a girl monk?
I don't think so. I mean, I suppose
they've got like masters or whatever. I guess.
Well, you could have the monk's bitch. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh Jesus Christ! It's a horrible idea.
Monk's bitch. Yeah. Come here, bitch.
Get off me.
Come on. Except they can't talk, so I don't know.
So you guys think that it's just gestures. Like the whole summit thing is just like a chess, or like both of the party are like playing hard.
Yeah, well, it's typical. If you read The Art of the Deal, one of the things that he keeps harping on all the time, and not even reading the book, but when he talks, if you listen to his campaign speeches, he was going into hypotheticals about how he would deal with people. And one of the consistent things that kept coming up is you walk away from the table. And it's almost a requisite, even if you're doing a deal, even if it was going really well, it seems to be part of his procedure, I guess. So we were a little disappointed, but then after I thought about it, I'm like, no, we're not going to cancel any reservations. And yeah, it was
already booked.
It was part of the thing. No, we just have reservations.
Oh.
One hotel though, I made sure that we had, I think, is paid for because it's right next to the Korean embassy, and right after it was announced.
North Korean embassy?
We're going to be broadcasting live.
North Korean embassy.
At this time on the 13th or the 12th for people in the US. In front of you'll be here and we'll be in front of the North Korean embassy. Can you imagine? Huh? That'll be awesome. So, yeah, we'll be rocking that.
Would you dare to go in North Korea?
Oh, I'd love to. I think it'd be awesome. Yeah.
What if you guys can't make it alive?
We're gonna go up there and film some porn.
We're
gonna be doing.
Oh yeah, can you tell me about that? Yeah. Everybody go to the Goldwater. Is it in the weird section?
I should be, but I don't know. Phil wrote a great article about North Korean porn.
Can you tell me about North Korean porn?
Yeah, let's talk about.
Yeah, well,
North
evidently, a lot of
just icebreaker.
The porn is really just like North or South Korean girls dancing to South Korean music
boom, boom.
or 80s music, wearing like shorts. Just, I would say short shorts. I would say short shorts. But really, like, compared to what most people I see wear, like if you're a girl anyways, guys generally have slightly longer shorts than girls, but most girls, like, they're not hot pants. Like, I saw some of these videos that are, like, traded by the North Korean elite, and Henry Crumpton's an ex-CIA official said that he never met a North Korean official of the government who didn't, like, one of the first questions is, so do you have any porn? Because even if you don't like porn, it's a commodity, you know? It's like, I don't like cocaine, which is why I'm such a good cocaine dealer, for instance. Like, I'm, hypothetical, I'm not.
Gotcha.
Let me just tell the kid, I am not a cocaine dealer.
Defend yourself.
Yeah, especially for all those YouTube. Well, that's we can't get booted off YouTube for that. Probably they'd endorse us.
I don't know. They probably they'll boot you off for pretty much.
Oh,
anything.
we have people in the chat. Hi, Tony. Hi.
Hey, Tony.
I can't pronounce that name. Hi, Mike.
Right on. Thanks for
Whoever
joining.
you are, thanks for joining. And also, they can call. They can.
Yeah, we'll rock out. Open up the lines.
Yeah,
open up the lines. Open up everything.
Skype, every hole we've got.
I'm not opening anything.
Oh no!
No, don't worry. Burdock's opening his hole.
No.
So you and I don't have to.
No.
You
and I don't have to.
He's walking it back. So like we were saying, and then you walk away from the table.
I'm a pitcher.
Oh,
what's that?
Yeah,
sure.
They can always.
If people are calling in, let's go ahead and talk to them.
Oh, surprise! He's not opening a porn browser right now.
Oh. No, well, who knows? Let's see.
Let's
restore the session and see.
So that's it.
Yeah.
It's pretty boring. Boring.
What is going on with this? Okay, I gotta.
So what else happening? So are these guys are like going back and forth?
Yeah, I mean it's part of the thing, but I started reading a little bit about the mentality of North Koreans, and most people who have dealt with them just say you can't.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, why bother?
So probably the best thing you could do is to put them on on the defensive like that. Like, no, you know what? Actually, no. And this is not gonna happen. Right. It's over. Yeah. And then, like, literally, because once they broke and said, "No, please, I'm sorry," which is basically what they said. They basically said, "No, please, I'm sorry." Yeah. Now they're North Korea, so it wasn't quite "please" and it wasn't quite "I'm sorry," but it was quite obviously, you know, we really were looking forward to this, and you know, lobbing the compliments. You know, this would be historic, and you guys would be part of it. You know, so yeah.
Yeah. The last thing I catched about this news is like they said something bad about the vice president.
Yeah, they called him what was it?
Stupid.
Yeah. I forgot the quote, but. That's I mean, that's as little as it takes. But I think that they were actually just looking for a reason to walk away. It could have been anything. Right. So it's basically animal training. And believe me, yeah, it's like, you know, slap, 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 walk away with the biscuits, and then dangle the biscuit in front, and eventually, I don't think there's a negotiation. They're either going to eat it or not. And after they take it, there's going to be consequences. And after they fly, you know, we fly home. They're going to probably renege on the deal, and there'll be consequences. But I'm pretty sure that the consequences are going to be built into the deal, so that whatever trade is lifted, whatever money that's going their way, whatever deals. I mean, because there's got to be probably a package of several dozen things they've thrown on the table as far as being able to ship things to them immediately that they desperately need. That's as simple as it is. I think it's a payoff, but it's not. I think it'll be dramatically different, and it'll be above board. I think mostly. Than the Iran deal.
Not just dropping you drop the sanctions, they're not starving anymore. But then on top of that, okay, you drop the sanctions, they're not starving anymore.
I disagree with that, though.
You don't think so?
Because, I mean...
They're starving, but they
could have all the food, and one of the ways to control people, I mean, they could have the food and not give it to anyone.
Right.
So there is that. Right. I mean, they do have that sick nature.
Yeah, totally.
Sorry to interrupt.
But what I'm saying is if they do play nice... And that's the question, like, if they don't want to just screw it up for their own people, just because, you know, even the whole, like, being the historic reunifier of Korea may not be nearly, you know, and a nice fiefdom out of the deal may not be nearly enough for Kim. That's why, you know, at this point, I think it's going to be also some about what South Korea and the U.S. can offer, apart from... Okay, well, lift the sanctions and your people aren't starving anymore. And one thing, you know, this is, I think it was on the North Korean porn article, somebody commented, and I came in there anonymously and commented saying, you know, oh, well, this would be horrible for South Korea. Really? Because last I checked, you know, and this isn't me, this is, you know, people who know more about North Korea than whoever it was in the chat likely. North Korea is rich as far as natural resources go. They've got no way to do anything with it. They don't have the infrastructure to mine and process what they've got. South Korea, on the other hand, does not have the kind of natural resources, but they've got the the industrial equipment. They've got, you know. In other words, they would work well together. The Koreas would work well together, even if it wasn't, you know, actual reunification.
Aren't they BFF now? Like the Prime Minister and Kim Jong-un. They're like this.
They're definitely
super close.
Trying to project that. Yeah. That vision for sure. Yeah.
Oh, there is a.
We're friends.
One of our writers, Red Pill, shared this a few days ago. This was just funny. I'll see if I can find it. Did you see that?
Which one?
That animated GIF?
Yeah. Some classic like.
Oh, I got the boobies last night.
The Pink Panther.
Boobies. The boobies got my attention last night.
From what? Boobies where?
The sex toys.
Sex toys?
Oh no, the sex robot?
Yeah,
the sex robot factory? Oh God, I found the most
Jesus.
horrific
Did I miss that?
image.
Yeah.
And it's these sex bots hanging from hooks,
Did you
but
guys?
their faces aren't on. They look like naked women with
But
like metal faces and they're real human teeth, you know?
Oh my gosh.
And you know, like when you take someone's face off
Yeah.
and it just leaves their teeth, how that just, it's an
Right.
unnatural, like, frightening kind of.
Did we put that? Is that an article?
It was in Spontaneous.
Did you write an article about it?
No, I haven't.
But where did you find that picture? What site are you lurking?
Oh, one of the Facebook groups I'm in. I'm in a Facebook group that's based on the research of Dave McGowan. Yeah.
On B? Jesus, it's horrible. Horrible.
What were we looking at before that we were going to drop in the video of?
What video?
Do you remember?
The GIF with.
The GIF.
Well, the GIF, but then there was something else we were going to drop into studio to watch the Antifa.
Oh,
right.
Oh, they're back again. They're back in action.
Well, this is a video.
I haven't heard from them for a while.
Of
the
a
Antifa.
woman that's.
With the woman being wrestled in the beach.
Did I miss it? Hang on, we'll see here. Let's see if we can get into. I might have it in the clipboard here. Apparently, a mom found out that her son was putting on a black mask and going out Antifa-ing.
And then the
mom. We'll see if we can find where. There we go. It's been a long day for me. Okay, here we go. Let's see. Did we get it? No, we didn't. It was in Twitter.
The Antifa.
Yeah. Oh, I think it just got buried. Well, anyway, it was a video of someone beating the hell out of a Antifa demonstrator, protester, whatever. I don't even know what they call themselves. But, yeah. Just hilarious. It's just apt, you know. These people are running around beating the hell out of everyone else, and
that's not the first kind of situation I've seen that where like a young urban kid is trying to participate in something he shouldn't be doing, and a mom or aunt
shows up. Yeah.
Now what the hell you think you're doing?
Yeah. Well, you see this, and she is beating the hell out of him.
Oh my god.
And he's not normally. They don't care. They're gonna throw back. They're gonna, punch back. But he is taking the hits.
You guys, we should have the American flag because it's Memorial Day today, right?
It's Memorial Weekend.
Oh,
we just
that's true.
Memorial
You know what?
weekend.
We should.
Memorial
Should we
weekend.
unfurl it?
So I'm not really an American, but how could you say we remember?
Well, maybe
we remember the heroes.
You know the song "I'm Proud to Be American"? I'm proud to be an American. What's that guy's name? Lee Greenwood or whatever.
Oh, and
I'd heard that song, like Sony owns the trademark or copyright of that song. So every time that on like July 4th or Memorial Day weekend, that somebody gets up there and like plays Lee Greenwood's "I'm proud to be an American," where at least I owe 5% royalties on this song every time it's played in public.
It's behind the green screen that I'm blending. My shirt is
that was my favorite. That was my favorite. What was her name? Madeline Chambers movie.
Yeah.
Behind the green screen.
There we go.
There we go. Perfect. No.
Okay. Might have to refold that guy.
Oh, we folded it. Me and K2. I think it's wrong.
Yeah, because you should have.
Sorry about that.
Yeah, we'll have to do that. It was a good effort, but we'll have to.
We tried our best.
Redo it.
Yeah,
that's a Filipino fold.
Yeah.
But they're happy because they're not speaking Japanese right now, so they like us. We're okay, folks. That's one good thing about being over here in American. Like, now wait a minute, y'all be speaking Japanese. You know, it's true.
Yeah, like Filipinos are like most welcoming. Philippines is.
Yeah, but you'd be welcoming. You weren't exactly wanting the Japanese
My mom
to take over.
Right.
I mean, they were doing some pretty vicious stuff. some real nasty stuff, especially in this
that,
neighborhood.
Well, yeah, what were the experiments they were doing on the Chinese and stuff?
Oh man,
what kind
I never understood why they go on and on and on and on about like, you know, Dr. Mengele, and it's like you realize that like
is it like a social experiment?
The U.S. were doing like weird experiments.
Well, no,
on,
I mean, if
you know, and the Japanese and the Chinese and
worst that I saw was, and this is really bad, the rape of Nanjing. Yeah.
The rape?
Oh, that's what they call it. They went into this area in China.
Okay.
China. And I love that.
I love that.
And they just tore it apart. I mean, and the women were especially targeted. And they were one of the signatures that they had there was impalement. Mm-hmm. So they would impale women through their body out their mouth, if you can imagine that. So that was how they would leave them, is to have these poles going all the way through the body, through the vagina, and through the
Oh my god,
I was waiting for that. It wasn't.
I was like,
but yeah, if you take a look at the photo, well, please don't look at the photos.
Let's not.
But the point is that the Japanese are really capable of doing some pretty awful things. So
the Japanese or China?
In this case, it was the Japanese on the Chinese. China has.
But I've done some research on the Chinese, and Asia invented torture. Okay, they've been doing it longer than everybody else, so they're better at it.
Yeah,
just leave it at that. You know, Asia invented torture, pretty much. You know, I mean, I'm not saying that like the Middle East isn't good at it too. Mm-hmm. I think. I'll be honest though, I think the Middle East is and always has been better at like random violence and terror.
Sure.
You know? Yeah. Like if you just go and look back, whereas Asia is you know, back the death of 1,000 cuts and the Chinese water torture and you know, this stuff. Yeah. They've got a lot of practice at it. That's something, you know.
Lots to learn everywhere, you know.
Yeah, way back 1900s, the entertainment of the Filipino people is watching someone dying in the open field and fight.
Oh wow! Just tearing it up not cage fighting. What would it be?
I was curious about this, and then I read like a history because I was watching.
No, paddy fighting is what they did in Ireland.
Yeah, I was watching the news the other day, the Filipino news, and I've heard that capital punishment is going to be back.
Right on.
And they want it to be bloody.
Really?
Yeah, not just, you know, little injection.
Well, that's right up your alley. Yeah.
They want it to be bloody, and it needs to be public.
So they're going to be
public.
They're going to be doing bloody. Really?
Yeah, if you kill a person, you have to be
guillotined. Lopping the head off. So no, I don't think they're gonna start. They're bloody?
Yeah.
Well, we should probably
bloody.
Yeah. I don't know.
That's like not really expensive. They don't need to, you know, they don't need to buy medicine.
Yeah, but
it's like what's happening in America. They're like having problem with the thing.
Well,
but
Russia
they use in execution.
Oh yeah, you know, I mean, geez, there's so many other ways of doing it. Mm-hmm. I mean, Russia's got it down. They don't tell you when. They don't tell you where. You're constantly led, if you're on quote unquote death row, but sometimes it'll be right after a sentence, and you're being led from room to room, so where you can go eat, where, you know, this and that.
It's like a maze.
And eventually you turn a corner and you find yourself in a room with a drain in the bottom of it, and that's the last thing you see.
Just play it like Hunger Games.
They just pop you right in the back of the head.
Hunger Games or like the Maze Runner. Put 10 people there for like the death row.
Well, as long as you got some decent pay-per-view, I'm all
Yes, I'm all for it.
Yeah, like the running game or... Definitely.
We don't promote violence. Let's change the topic. Don't ban us. Oh, don't you, like, we have a char, right?
We have what?
Like, are you talking about something betting about our...
Oh, well, no, I mean, in case this was just last night before today, you know, Trump did officially say that the meeting is back on in Singapore. So before that happened, we were going to put together a betting pool because there were still some folks that thought that it was not going to happen. So anyway, maybe it'll be just a donation jar for some battery packs or something like that. We're going to be on a shoestring budget.
We need some shackles.
Singapore isn't cheap.
Gibbs, please.
Yeah.
Gibbs, please.
Yeah.
That's how you ask?
Oh, actually, just tune in is enough. Tuning in is enough.
Gibbs, please. Shackles.
Shackles, yeah.
Gibbs, please. Goldwater shackles.
Yeah.
Or we can. Oh, before we're like trying to auction my hair.
Oh, your hair?
Yeah. I'm gonna Gibbs my
Do you have enough hair to auction now?
No, I don't have.
Yeah,
I was gonna say there's not a lot of it left.
I'm gonna be bald.
Dude, your hair is shorter than mine now, isn't
yes.
it? Oh my gosh.
You know what happened in my hair? I had like the longer one, right? So this is advice for the girl. If you got your hair treated for like permanent straightening, don't color your hair. Don't color your hair. It's gonna be messed up. That's what happened with my hair. That's why I cut it.
Because never colored my hair.
Don't color your hair.
Yeah.
Now, I can braid your hair.
I had a goatee, a really long goatee, and I tried to dye it blue once because I was gonna be Bluebeard, but it turned into this foam aqua green color. It was horrible.
Oh.
Yeah. Because evidently, my hair is so black, even if you bleach it first, it doesn't come out right anyways.
Oh.
And because of that, like, I've got decent hair. I've got really good hair.
I have an idea.
So there's no real reason for me to, like, ruin it, you know? Yes, dyeing your hair and products. Yeah. Phil, what's the secret to how do you keep your hair so nice? Well, the trick is never wash it more than 3 times a week. Number 1.
Do you use conditioner?
Number 2. Like, rarely use conditioner or any product. No hairspray, no gels, nothing. That's my secret.
I
don't do anything to it.
Hair
like
hacks.
Your natural oils and your, you know what I mean?
Life hacks.
Like your body and
from
skin
Phil.
Creates all the oils you need.
Isn't it weird that I'm getting this from a man?
Yeah. No, I've had so many girls tell me that, oh, your hair, I love your hair, but usually when they say that, like, I can tell it's not like, oh, you're so hot. It's more like, oh, hey, Sky. We got a friend of mine just showed up.
Hi, Sky.
Hola.
But yeah, so usually when a girl says something about my hair, I can tell she's not, it's not so much, oh, wow, you're so hot. I love, the way your hair looks. It's more so, I would like to have the hair that you have on my head.
I can still be attracted to the hair with the guy with longer hair, not you.
Oh, thank you.
Because I'm putting everyone in my work. Yeah.
I could be attracted to a nice, lovely Filipina girl, but not you. I just wanted you to know that. No,
because we're all friends, right? Oh my God. He's sad now. No relationship at work. Oh my God, see?
I get where you're coming from. I get where you're coming from.
No, I'm just like this. Okay, I have to defend myself, so I need to come up with a story. So I was sitting in I just want to clear myself. So I was sitting in a coffee shop last week, and there's this hot guy sat next to me, like a model type guy, Filipino looking, and he's like, can I sit here, like in the table? Like, yeah, it's open. It's vacant. You can sit here. And then I was like, I don't know. We just kind of talked. And then he told me what he's doing. Yeah, he's a model. He's a director. He's a whatever. And I just asked, like, are you a narcissist? See, that's why. I'm just like, you don't ask, you don't tell people.
What was his reaction?
It was like, And he's like,
he's not
no.
used to that because he's used to most people. Hi, I'm a model and all this awesome stuff. Now be impressed.
Yeah, be impressed.
So you put him on. What? Whoa! You're supposed to just be impressed.
Yeah.
You know. See, like me, I admit I'm not that kind. Like sometimes I impress myself, but only rarely and for a few minutes. And usually it's more like, whoa, how in the heck did that end up happening?
Yeah, but I just want to tell you that sometimes my mouth speaks.
Why are we at a joint? Look at this.
I don't know.
On mine, we're just now putting the flag up in the front.
Oh.
How messed up is that?
You have to refresh. Anyways, yeah, I'm just trying to tell you that sometimes my mouth just speaks. I'm not thinking.
Awesome.
I'm not saying that you're a horrible person.
No, yeah. I'm the same way. I'm too honest for my own and most other people's good.
Okay, snuff time.
Yeah, here we go.
Where's your snuff? You share snuff?
I have some here. This is the regular brand.
Regular brand.
Okay.
No flavor? Can I have the snuff with strawberry flavor or like the
raspberry?
blueberry?
I've got the mint stuff right here.
Oh, the mint stuff is over.
Oh, okay. Speaking of
the good stuff about the mint is that like
snuff time.
Like after normally your nose kind of burns a little, but this stuff leaves like a minty, refreshed feeling.
Aha.
I won't. It has nicotine.
It is nicotine.
It's tobacco.
It's gonna go on my... No.
Come on, everybody does it. You'll be cool.
Peer pressure.
All the cool kids were jumping off a bridge.
Right.
Peer pressure. Toby, save my soul. No one can save me. Anyway.
Here we go.
So I was thinking about superfoods.
Hmm?
I was thinking about superfoods like like a strawberry, blueberry, and cockroach milk.
Ew.
Sorry.
Blueberry's good for the brain.
I spoiled that one for you.
bilberine.
Yeah. So I think you posted this article.
Oh, that was Kyle, I think.
Yeah.
That, did that. Yeah.
So scientists have been proven, or like they're saying that if you...
I've been saying since 2012, entomophagy, eating insects, is the wave of the future. And it's going to start out as this health trend.
Yeah.
And then it's going to end up being, oh, wow, actually, only people who make more than $50,000 a year can eat vegetables and produce and meat.
Cockroach
Everybody
milk
else gets bug
is the latest
byproducts.
superfood.
Yeah.
I won't no.
Huh?
Oh, you know what I wanted to do?
What's that?
Go to Thailand and eat tarantula.
Tarantula. Well, can't you
I think that's here? In Cambodia.
You can.
But
find
I
that
would
here.
want to do that and vlog my food adventure.
Cool. Insects.
Eat cockroaches. Eat frogs. And do they eat bees there? A centipede.
Be a good idea.
A centipede.
I've seen him eat centipedes and pretty much everything. I don't think he'd want to eat anything that.
Some of those
Scorpion.
Things, like now, I've had 2 species of black ant. I've had some kind of animal hippocampus. I had it was yak or oxen testicle extract. I've had I've had some really horrible things.
Balut.
Yeah. But now most of that stuff I ate for the what do you call it? For the benefits, not just as a food product. But yeah, honestly, I've actually got at least one insect-based formula that eventually I'd like to,
Jesus, that's our future, eating bugs.
I think so. Yeah.
I'm gonna stick with the
steak. I'm gonna put lifespan in
I'll
myself.
have the steak medium
At the
rare.
age of 40, I'm done.
No way. I don't know. I've tried it. I mean, there was a gal.
What have you tried? You've been to Thailand.
No, there was a gal. In fact, actually, this was in San Francisco at the public library. I just noticed it, happened upon it, and was going to be walking by there. And this gal, she just for kids. actually chefed up, and that's what she's known for, is all of these insects, and she just cooked up a bunch of insects for everyone.
Wow.
And we ate them. I mean,
I
everything
remember.
from ants to beetles
I
to
remember, yeah.
all sorts of things. And I mean, it's
locusts and honey. If it was good enough for John the Baptist, why not, right?
Well, it's good to know if you get out in the wilderness and you're screwed, you know what to eat and you're not freaked out by it. You've done it before, and so you kind of have an idea.
Did you eat the bee? Was it sweet?
Not bees. I wouldn't eat a bee because that would be, you know, like you get stung by a bee. Even if they're dead, they can sting you.
I remember I got stung.
Yeah, you step on a freshly dead bee,
you still get it.
You can still get it. Hornets and wasps. I don't think you'd want to eat any of those.
Yeah, I remember my grandma made like a fried rice with ants. Hi, Lola.
Hey, a little protein.
Yeah.
I don't know. Each his own. But yeah, you're right. Though I mean,
they
the
never
fact
told
that
me, but it was there.
Making it hip. It's like, well, we had this guy, another article that Savannah wrote about this guy who he wants to reconstitute human beings and suck all the water out of them,
so that
you know,
architecture student from London,
and says it's irresponsible for humans to die without feeding the others.
Somebody has watched Dune one too many times.
Or Soylent Green, you know, Soylent Green.
Oh, drinking the dead to save the water?
Yeah, to
I'm
produce
embarrassed
water,
to myself when you posted
ridiculous.
The Soylent Green poster there in the headline the other day, and I was like, oh no, Charlton Heston's dead. And then I looked it up 10 years ago.
Wait, how can you drink?
Like a minute later, and it hit me. He would have been like 98 at this point. Yeah.
Wait, how can you drink a dead body when it's cremated?
No, you would have to suck all the water out because we're 80% water, and it's just you know, it's total nonsense. Talk about conservatives. I mean, like the you know, cannibalism
80%
or
water.
Going to these extremes and having something that desecrating a body for water. I mean, how much, you know? I can understand, like LA in some cases, they're actually filtering and doing a reverse osmosis on their sewage. During drought years, they do that. So technically, you're drinking, you know, sewage, except it's all filtered out. I mean, it's goes through a filtration process.
I drink rainwater.
You know, I mean, that was the coolest thing about being.
That's what they do in the Philippines.
Raw water is like, you know, gathering rainwater is illegal in a lot of U.S. states now.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
You know, it's like.
And the fact that this is happening at the same time as like the Nestle Corporation believes that water rights shouldn't be a thing. Like, you don't have a right to water. You should have to buy potable water.
Yeah.
Like, you want to take a shower or drink?
Yeah.
Well, you're going to have to buy every liter.
Nah. Well, that family that I stayed with down south.
In Siargao.
Yeah. That was their deal. They had a couple of rooms, and they made their money off of collecting water. And so when it rained, and it came by, like, you'd have, like, 2 quick storms. They only lasted, like, 10 minutes. They just buzz by and they keep cruising because it's a pretty small island. And yeah, they just had their little cisterns out, and the whole thing was her. She was just constantly, she had these little bags and just filling the water, and had this kind of a big freezer in the open air kitchen, and was just filling these bags and had her system. And so she was talking the whole time, just working, filling these bags, and she sold these little tubes of frozen, you know, of ice.
We do that
for 5 pesos, and that's how they made a living.
My niece is selling that thing.
Yeah.
And then
out of rainwater.
What they do also, like a juice.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
They will freeze it and then they will sell it to people. It's like a popsicle.
Yeah. So just a little tube of water that came, you know, the only expense is the labor and the little sleeve of plastic.
Yeah, and you need to have a fridge, a working
fridge.
Fridge.
Yeah, and, you know, power isn't exactly cheap around here. power, I mean, from what I can understand, it's about the same as in the U.S.
Yeah,
or a little
same.
more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In Asia, we have like the most expensive electricity.
Yeah, power and internet connectivity is pretty much, yeah. And you're paying, actually it's a lot more expensive if you're talking per meg, usable meg. It's wow, that's a loud sign.
They're looking for us.
Yeah,
Hi,
they did a fire drill at my building
earlier.
the other day. And
did you participate?
oh man,
Mostly during
yeah,
summer.
They
That's
did
what
one
they
here
do.
too.
Like,
and hell no, I didn't participate.
I mean, no way.
What, you want me to like what? Get up and
Pretend like
yeah,
you're a
and
casualty.
Leave?
Nah.
No way.
You know what? I'm on the 30-somethingth floor anyways. I'll just die.
Yeah.
That's how about this? I'll just die instead.
How about that?
I'm just kidding. An earthquake drill. Earthquake drill is different from the fire drill.
Earthquake drills look like they might kind of be like be fun.
Earthquake drill just die, dude. Like.
Well, remember the big one that they had? It was about a year ago.
Yeah, next to your building.
Yeah, and it was awesome. It looked like everybody was partying. They had.
And they have fake bloods all over them. Fake bloods.
Yeah, I mean, but tell me, that would be awesome to. I mean, I was kind of. I got down there at the end of it. I was kicking myself not having gone through a little bit of it because, man, what a cool way to meet girls. Seriously, all these hot office chicks are all out.
Oh yeah, that's true.
And they're happy, and you could go out and just grab one of them and say, "You don't have to go back to work. Let's go over the Marco Polo."
For the women who wear high heels and walk down, or
yeah.
I was like, "Good job. I can't do that."
Yeah.
I'm flats, like just flats or like rubber shoes.
You never wear heels?
I wore heels, but like has the thick thing.
Oh, okay.
Thick heels, or just the elevated ones, but the stilettos. No, dude.
Yeah, it took me a while.
Just take me to the mountains.
To learn how to walk in them.
It took you a while.
Shit. Sorry.
Oh Jesus!
No.
The gain is in you.
Oh no, I'm
my
outed.
God, Mom.
I'm outed. Mom! Kevin stole my panties.
My stilettos.
My stilettos are gone again.
So yeah, that's what he's proposing, to drink the dead body.
Yeah, I mean, this is just, for attention or whatnot, but just anyway, the Soylent Green, the whole concept of having to have the lowest of the low, the subclass or caste eat themselves.
It's
that's
dangerous.
eat the
It's
insects and
body.
eat themselves.
Okay.
That's what they're gearing for.
What if that person died because he has like HIV or something? Then you'll get the HIV.
You probably.
Let's not do that.
You're probably not going to get anything from it after it gets processed. But it's just the concept of even entertaining the idea is just absurd. It's absurd. So, yeah, we were talking about this on the story behind the story on Saturday, or I guess Saturday here, Friday, in the U.S. and it is like, how far is this going to go? What is the end point? How can you possibly go any further? And they will, but people will paint themselves in. One thing I think we absolutely need to talk about, because it's banned.
The FBI warns that hoax threats are not a joke.
We need to. Oh, we can go.
So you can't.
With that for a bit. Let me get some more.
So they're like even
here.
controlling you what you post.
Well, what they're saying is, don't pretend that there's don't call in a bomb threat.
Yeah.
You know the saying, like, there's free speech, but you're not allowed to say fire in a crowded theater, right?
Yeah.
So this is basically the same thing. Yeah.
I dare you. I dare
understand.
you. Burdock, let's go on a plane together, and I'm gonna provoke you to say bomb.
No.
I was on a plane.
You know what? My
one time.
grandfather did that.
Really?
This was funny.
This
he
is
was
like the
flying.
perfect.
He was flying over to. Where was he going? He was going down to the Bahamas or someplace. But the plane was late, And if you knew this guy, I mean, he just speaks his mind anywhere. I mean, he's the type of guy that if he walks into the room, you pretty much he like owns the place. That's just kind of how he looks. Really intimidating man. And he made this joke to his girlfriend while they were flying down there. He said, "Damn it, it would have been a lot faster just to hijack a plane and send it to and fly to Cuba with it." You know, because the plane was so late. It's like, it'd be faster to hijack that damn thing. And sure enough, when they landed, they pulled him aside and interrogated him.
Wow.
But that was back in like the 80s.
Now twice I've done the Twilight Zone bit. Like if I've got a window seat,
there's a man
on the wing. He's on the wing, you know, and either everybody around me has seen that Twilight Zone,
that was James
or they
Woods,
just don't fucking care. It was William Shatner in the '80s movie.
Okay,
I'm not sure. They might have redone, because there was an '80s TV version, and then there was a 2000s version of the show, and then it was on the original Twilight Zone and in the '80s movie that had. I think it was William Shatner.
Well, if it wasn't,
is it the guy in the Star Trek?
Woods, yeah, Shatner, Star
Trek.
But if man, James Woods would be a perfect character for that too.
Oh yeah,
he plays paranoid so well. So yeah, here's what. Mind if we switch gears here, because in the UK you cannot talk about it. You will get arrested if you are a reporter and you report or say the word. Here we go, and this is starting, folks. You think, oh well, Brave New World, it's not here. It is real in the UK right now. You cannot, if you are part of the press, you will get arrested if you say Tommy Robinson. Okay, and it's very serious, and I think people will actually go to jail for it.
This is the journalist trying to cover like a.
He's an activist who is pointing out the danger of immigration, and he's pointing out the fact that nobody wants to admit that the statistics of rape in Europe and sexual assault of all sorts is skyrocketing. I mean, all you have to do is take a look at Cologne every New Year. Just look at the statistics. I mean, anywhere in Europe. I'm talking Sweden, Norway, Finland. They're having a hard time hiring cops because so many people are leaving. It used to be a decent job. The culture of Europe is being erased right now, and if you even mention the fact that the rape is out of control, normally something that liberals would normally embrace, right? You're bringing attention to a crime against women, and you get thrown in jail because it happens to be Muslims that are doing it, and rape gangs are going around. And so this guy is pointing out this fact, and he gets arrested and thrown into jail. Now, what happens if you try to report on it? You say his name, you get thrown in jail. It is way out of line over there. It is absolutely out of control, and I think everybody ought to take a look at what Austria just did about 12 hours ago.
To play devil's advocate, though, the guy is not in jail for reporting. He's in jail for specifically breaking the conditions of his previous probation or parole.
Yeah.
So like technically now, and this I got from like a hardcore like London forum is like, you know, there's the BNP, British Nationalist Party. For people who think that the British Nationalist Party isn't racist enough, there's the London forum. And I got a couple of friends who are involved in the London Forum, and they actually feel like what's his name? Tommy Robinson is a Mossad shill, and he's connected. The English Defense League is connected to the Jewish Defense League, and you know, I don't know. I haven't read up enough into that. I do, however, feel that the EDL and the JDL, I've heard where there's some connections there for sure. And the JDL is a terrorist organization. Yeah. So if the EDL and the JDL are working together, I have no doubt they're both terrorist organizations.
Well, however you want to cut it.
But yeah,
the guy's treatment, whether it's a violation, whether it's the general fact is the guy is in prison in general, if semantics or whatnot. he is in prison now for either as a result of previous things having to do with this or presently. But the bottom line is the guy is incarcerated for 13 months. They don't think he's going to make it because of the gangs that are already in the Muslim gangs who hate this guy, already in prison. And a lot of people are saying this is tantamount to a death sentence.
The guy with the bacon on the mosque got killed in prison.
Oh yeah,
you know. So I do.
So, but the reason I'm bringing it up is because now you're a reporter and you can't report on that. You know, and it's just like here in the U.S. we can't report on Seth Rich. Now it's not against the law, but they're going to shut you down. They're going to shut you down if you talk about Seth Rich. So it's the same thing over there, except they are so incredibly protective of this. What's insane? They are so protective of people who are destroying their culture. And I think they ought to take a page from the Prime Minister of Austria, who just announced that in order to get welfare in Austria, you're going to have to speak German. And boy, people don't really like that at all. There's a lot of outrage. I haven't had a chance to look at this. It just came up a few hours ago.
I don't know if this is still the case, but for a while there in Germany, speaking of, you know, government benefits, there was a woman who lost her benefits. She was unemployed and trying to get a job, and so they offered her a job as a sex worker. You could work in a brothel. Okay. Well, I don't want to be a prostitute. I don't want to be a sex worker. I don't want, you know.
Oh, yes, you do.
So you're not going to take the job offered. Well, you don't get your benefits.
Okay.
Like, that sounds like forced prostitution to me.
Sure.
You know, let's say you're a single mother and you want to feed your kid, and they go, you can work in this brothel. You know, you can have sex with Turkish men or your children die.
Yeah. Wow.
Sorry. You know?
Again, we don't
Well, I mean, if that's their options, they should know that beforehand, before becoming a refugee. I mean,
this was a native German woman.
Oh wow, okay.
That's what I'm saying.
That's terrible.
No. What I'm saying, the immigrants. Yeah. The immigrants are getting set up in really nice houses and get benefits. Oh, you know. Man. Yeah.
It's terrible.
Oh yeah.
Well, so Tommy Robinson, we should do more on him. We need to make up for the Brits, because this is where it's happening, folks.
It's because the whole country is turning into Muslim.
And you know, you got the Count Dankula. Yeah. Count Dankula was.
Oh yeah, Count Dankula.
The
cute dog.
Jokes
He's from
are not
Ireland,
allowed.
right?
No, he's Scottish.
Yeah. The Nazi dog, the Nazi pug.
The Nazi pug. Oh, I would want to have a pug.
Yeah, we got to check out him. I mean, I'm looking forward to.
I'm going to turn him like the anti-pug.
When his parole ends, I wonder if that's a condition or if that's a permanent gag order, because he's obviously can't say and he can't talk about any of it. And so there you had a guy with a hell of a sense of humor. I thought it was funny. I didn't hear about him until this. So hopefully the hell he's gone through for a joke, and it was actually a funny joke. I thought it was funny. The hell he's gone through, he deserves whatever recognition that. I hope that his career restarts after the conditions of his parole or probation are lifted, and hopefully it's not a lifetime thing. I want this guy to come out and talk about what happened to him, because it really is. I mean, it's so far out there. You saw the video, and I mean, I have to admit, I showed that to my mom, who's a dog lover, and her boyfriend, who's a dog lover, and both of them said, "Oh, well, that's just terrible. He should go to jail." I'm like, "Well, you know, wait a minute, just a second here."
Oh my god!
And so, but it's a really interesting argument, because it depends on, you know, it's one of those arguments where it doesn't matter if you're left or right. It matters as to what your feelings of free speech are, and what your sense of humor is. I mean, you have to have a little latitude. That's where it starts, folks. If you can't joke about anything, I mean, there's a time and a place for it, but having this super sensitive social justice team, crew, society out there hunting for you, It's insanity. They're out there actively looking to be offended, and I mean that's their job.
And you know, in the words of Mr. Medicare, you cannot apologize because it's never good enough. As soon as you admit wrong, you would think, well, if I apologize and I'm sincere, Will Wheaton, the kid who played Wesley Crusher on Star Trek: The Next Generation, he said something at one point on Tumblr. He said, you know, oh, so-and-so's my spirit animal. Got jumped on. You know, spirit animals are a part of Native American spirituality, and you can't just, and he apologized. And you know, Medicare, I was watching some old Mr. Medicare videos the other day, and you can't win. You can't apologize. Every time when you apologize, the same thing happens, and it's never good enough.
Don't apologize.
It's never good enough.
Yeah, it's just a stepping stone for the next thing, or for the next statue to get torn down, or the next book to be banned. And it's happening on a real-time basis. This is digital book burning right now.
Digital book burning.
Yeah, I mean, with what's happening with Facebook and Twitter, and now you've got Elon Musk that's coming out and saying, "Hey, listen."
New with Elon
I mean,
Musk?
I'm scratching my
What
head
could go
because
wrong?
the
travels to where.
I mean, I was shocked because he said, "This is why I'm going to be doing it," and that's like, if you look at the quote here.
Wait, he's going to a new dimension.
Right, for fact checking. So he's starting a basically kind of like a checking journalist. So he's going to hire a bunch of people, start a company to figure out whether or not we're being truthful as journalists. And first of all, it's like what business is that of yours?
We are like fake news or not fake news.
It's like, what business is that of anyone? Because
so in other words, it's another Snopes PolitiFact, which we've already seen in every case.
And
they're biased.
And you want another billionaire taking charge of that and telling us who's telling the truth and who's not? Figure it out for yourself, folks. Figure it out.
Depends on what side he's leaning.
Well, you know, I mean, I think that people that read the Goldwater understand that we do have a sense of humor over here, so that's why.
We do have that sense
I mean,
of humor.
come on, that's part of free speech. We're not going to give that up. I mean, ever. So, in fact, actually, we're going to be pushing for a little bit more, maybe some more jokes. We need to, you know,
or like
pick
weird
a few
things.
I mean, I just want to write a fake news story and see what happens. Something obviously so fake that, come on. But that's why we cover aliens, okay? We cover our alien sightings. We haven't had a lot of those lately.
Yeah.
We've got flat Earth folks, I mean, that are coming on that are saying, hey, you know, this is what I believe. We let everybody speak.
We've got fake boobs.
Fake boobs?
No.
Oh, no. But that's the spirit of 8chan, and it's the last bastion of free speech. So you're going to expect more of that. Expect more of it, because when we're going to be, we got to put more weight on our side here, because it's got to have a little bit more balance over here. We need to start really screwing with people, I think.
We're gonna have like the F grade again.
The what?
The F, the failed.
Oh.
Grade.
Oh, hopefully, yeah. I mean,
or like the fake.
The Simon Wiesenthal Foundation hasn't come out with their recent survey yet.
To be fair, Simon Wiesenthal is quite possibly a massive fraud. Did you know that?
I'll still take the F.
Yeah, no. I mean, like the guy was likely a massive fraud.
The man himself.
The man himself. Yeah.
Okay. Wow.
I got my money on who was it that wrote A Day in the Life of Ivan Denisovich.
Oh yeah.
Anyways, the Russian guy that tells you the other side of that story. Yeah.
Dostoevsky.
Not Dusty. Oh crap! Up too early today.
Day in the Life of Ivan Denisovich. Yeah. Who was that?
Because he spent all that time in a gulag.
Right.
And you can't find his last book. You cannot find it. Because, you know, they don't want you to talk about what life under communism in a gulag is like. Because it's far too much like a concentration camp. And then we'd have to examine the fact, so wait a minute, if the Nazis are bad because they did these things and the Soviets did the same, then why is not communism equally bad? You know? Communism killed as many Jews, they just also killed an equal amount of Christians and non-religious people.
You know,
The
I think
Chinese?
one of the major stumbling blocks that is North Korea is going to have is they got a hell of a mess to clean up before Westerners go in that country. I mean, they've been doing some pretty awful things.
They should do the next Winter Olympics in North Korea. I suggest.
Oh man,
But
I don't know if they're ready for that. But no, what I'm saying is they've got like a lot of people that need to get clean. I mean, what are you gonna do? You got all these people that have been tortured for years. I mean, so you're gonna either have to kill them, or let them go. I mean, they've had a party up there for so long, and mom and dad haven't come home, and the place is trashed. And there's no way that they're going to be able to clean up and have foreigners go in there and start companies and start talking to people and have a free press, and without a lot of really, really bad stuff coming out. So realistically, you think, oh, well, let's just free them. But they're not going to, I mean, they can't possibly do that because they'll be charged with war crimes, crimes against humanity. The amount of bad press that's going to come out against them if they release these people. So the only other solution is to kill them, right? I mean, you're either going to let them go or kill them. You can't keep them in prison,
Right.
Well, you can try to convince people of their crimes are so severe that they deserve to be there, but you're going to have to change the conditions of the prison, and that takes money. So yeah, it's not going to be that easy to just turn on the lights over in North Korea. I think hopefully people are really looking at that in a logistical manner, and maybe give them a couple of free passes on human rights violations in order to make the deal go through. A couple of free passes. Okay, for maybe a couple of cards that say, okay, here this is good for 100,000 people that you killed. We're going to overlook that. There won't be a tribunal. There won't be a military. There won't be a court. NATO isn't going to come after you. UN isn't. Human rights violations aren't going to be enforced. So here's 100,000 people come in chips, right? Forgiveness chips. So let's say they got a few million. We forgive them for 100,000, and they shut down that plant. I think that's how it's going to have to be, sad as it sounds. But yeah, interesting question though is what are they going to do presently with the people that are incarcerated in those camps? So
they will drink them.
Yeah, drink them.
Like
Soylent Green. That'll solve their problem, really.
What's happening in Netflix has been binging.
Well,
Netflix
okay.
lately.
I
heard
dropped Netflix months
you
ago.
dropped Netflix.
Months ago, even before all the news about George Soros. It was that Red Pills article about the really disgusting kids show or whatever.
Oh right.
Big Mouth or something like that, and I'm like, no, thank you.
It was like the penis drawing.
Yeah, it's like a 4-kid show.
No, it's not Netflix.
Technically, no, the Big Mouth or whatever, was a Netflix show, and it looks terrible, and it may not be a kid show, but it's gonna appeal to kids, and it's, I mean,
I wouldn't want my niece watching that.
Yeah, definitely not. And so I deleted my Netflix account way back then, and then the news about George Soros, and then I was
Obama.
seeing all this stuff about. Do you know that I've seen a couple folks on YouTube doing videos about 9/11 truth is a big topic that's made fun of in a lot of these Netflix, made by Netflix series, and it's like, why you want to harp on that? It's like not even that big of a deal anymore these days. Like it's a small little niche subculture,
right.
9/11 truthers. But no, they really want to attack certain things, and they want to promote certain other things. I'm not going to give them my money. No. I mean,
It's just how many dollars?
Well, when you look at it, though, it's like, who can you? I mean, I feel bad having an Amazon account because that is just
goes to the CIA, right?
But you just have like you have to. Well, then I mean, the Washington Post. You've got some serious stuff there, but you're stuck. I mean, you're stuck. The one that I hate the most is Facebook, and of course Google. And there are sites that I'm trying to log in, and you cannot log in if you don't have a Facebook or Google account. You literally cannot use a service on the internet.
You can't even go in a dating app without a Facebook account.
Right, and so
or like a Google account.
I mean, so that's like you're telling me that's not engineered. I mean, the people who want any modicum of privacy are obviously going to just make a fake account. And of course, Facebook is not going to do anything about that. They're not going to say, oh, well, gee, 30% of our accounts and maybe more are fake, or dogs or cats, but they're fake.
They do have accounts. Facebook accounts.
And what they're doing is they're using those numbers to sell advertising. Because if you've got a larger number, if it's just like any publication, if you've got a massive circulation, your advertising is worth more. So we've got 1 billion accounts. But no, you don't. You only have maybe 70%. Some people think it's even less. 60% are real, real accounts. The same thing with Twitter. And how many are dormant? How many accounts that are dormant? People just forgot their passwords and gave up with all the verification nonsense and just started a new one.
I had to move back in with my dad for a few months last year. Couldn't afford rent on my own. And then when I got there, I realized that in the mail, in my name, because that's an address that I use as a permanent address a lot. In my name, I got Fortune magazine and Forbes magazine. Fortune and Forbes.
They have magazines?
Oh, and Fast Company. I got all 3 of these. A subscription came every month. And I'm pretty sure that's because I've taken... I got a free Wall Street Journal subscription. Like, once in a while, Wall Street Journal has a promotion where you can get a free, year's subscription or whatever.
Until you cancel.
And I'm pretty sure that, I'm pretty sure that because I signed up for that and they're like, okay, this guy's interested in this, we'll just send him that because they're not making the money off of subscription sales. Right. They're making it off of circulation numbers. Mm-hmm. So... you give it away for free.
Right.
Like, I wonder how many people who get some of these magazines have no idea that they've got a subscription to it. Yeah. So yeah, I'd say it's the equivalent of a bot account, I guess.
Yeah.
But for the same purposes,
it's dishonest, and I saw this in San Francisco, right? I was in this clinic waiting for a doctor, and on the table was this stack. I mean, it had to be a foot high of probably a 20-page kind of leaflet type of magazine type of thing about, I think it's called Woof or something. It's about the Bay Area dogs and pets. And it's a weekly or monthly, I don't know what it is, but... and I'm telling you, they must have had 100 copies on there. And I said, there's not that many people. I mean, who's going to take that home? Who's going to, I mean, I would understand if it was a veterinary clinic, maybe. But it's like, and I asked, I said, well, so who is bringing this in? And, oh, the gal, she's so nice. She drops off so many of them. And I'm like, well, no, wait a minute. You people, don't you understand that's dishonest to start with? And number 2, you're these saviors of the environment? What the hell is going on there?
Watch this screen. Like, I took the brightness down. Sorry. Yeah, this is gonna go right back though. Watch this. Sorry. I'm trying to adjust my brightness so that the battery lasts longer, but then every 15 seconds it just readjusts itself for whatever reason.
Yeah, our background.
I blame the NSA.
Oh, that's Herman.
It's the NSA.
I blame the NSA.
That's Herman.
Can you make your computer brighter?
Are you still using?
Yeah, no. I took down the brightness, and I have had to readjust it like every 45 seconds to 3 minutes, and I look back because I've got like 30 minutes of battery life.
That's the same OS I installed,
26 minutes. Yeah.
Okay, well that's he's just messing with you. That's Herman. That's a totally insecure operating system. There's a dude in New Jersey that's in control of that.
I
machine.
was gonna say, yeah. I'm beginning to wonder.
Really?
Because it turns.
So someone is controlling your computer?
This morning, I didn't wake up on time because the laptop. Like this has happened twice, where the laptop will go off. Dude, if my laptop goes off, like in the middle of the night, I'm lucky if I wake up before 4 p.m.
Really?
Like not exact. Like I'll still wake up usually by noon or so. But yeah, no, it's
you have to cover
insane.
the camera. Or
I generally do, but I was taking I had to take a picture.
Yours is covered. Mine is not.
No, I check it out. Look, I got the brightness is right here from where like 8 times I've had to go right back to it, and it'll still be at the same spot. It doesn't move itself. Like it's still down there at the bottom, and then I move it a little bit.
Oh, there's a there's a program called Redshift that.
Yeah. No, I've not got Redshift, but I've got something similar.
If you have that installed,
what Redshift?
It's a blue light filter, and if you have that installed, it does have problems on Linux, on Ubuntu especially. So
yeah, I don't use Redshift, but I've got another similar.
Oh, if you have that program, I would remove it, and that's most likely your issue. So yeah, anything a program that's adjusting your screen, I'd remove it. All right, look, back to the news.
His screen is more brighter, like his future.
Oh yes, I can go.
Back to the news.
Back to the news. Yeah, Tommy Robinson. We're gonna have to do some more.
There's a rock in my sandals, and it's uncomfortable.
Oh no. We're gonna have to do some more stories about this guy, just because we got to carry the weight of all the folks in the UK. I mean, think about how awful that would be if they told you that if you not only would they like with us, we didn't even know why they banned us. That's frustrating enough, but for them to say, you'll get thrown in jail if you mention this guy's name. Tell me, I mean, what is the world coming to on that? Now, the UK does have a precedent for this, but it mostly has to do with the royal family. So if the royal family screws up, they actually can tell the press, you'll go, you can get thrown in jail for reporting something negative that they decide.
The royal family?
Something that comes out of Buckingham Palace. They can absolutely control the press and throw people in jail for saying anything about it.
In the 80s or 90s, there was a case involving like mass organized institutional child exploitation. They shut down the case because a royal was involved, and they shut down the case for reasons of national security. No, to protect a royal who liked children.
Yeah.
A royal who raped children couldn't get in trouble, so they shut down the operation.
But the prostitution rings that were happening at that time, the high-end escort girls who were filming all of these guys, and they were doing S&M and dominatrix stuff, and really embarrassing stuff, and they had video of all of this. And there was a question as to how much exploitation these people, how exploited and how much is being blackmailed out of them, and that all got shut down. The news on anything that had to do with that got shut down. You couldn't report on that. If you did, you went to jail. So, and it seems like, okay, well, is it going to follow precedent in the United States? I mean, what is going to happen in the U.S. if, for example, somebody says, a judge, probably Ninth Circuit Court, says, we're going to throw anyone in jail that reports on Seth Rich. I mean, wow. That's happening over in London right now in the UK. Scary. I mean, very, very scary stuff. And hopefully people will rise up. I mean, the other thing, too, is you need to get these immigrants, the ones who are there, start with the ones who came there legally. And, I mean, come on. There should be Muslims who are embarrassed by the new arrivals, don't you think? I mean, wouldn't you think? I guess not. I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, it's more people to fight their holy war. But, man, I mean, you would think that they would be. There has to be some sort of rivalry between the two, or not. I don't know. I mean, but it's like, or the people that believe in have the faith, the Muslim faith, and really don't like the fact that a lot of their people are blowing themselves up.
Allah.
Right, and don't like. There have to be some Muslims who have that faith and don't like the idea that they're blowing people up and crashing buildings into planes. There's got to be a few of them out there. Why aren't they? Where are they? Where are those people? I mean, there's a rift right there, right? You would think that they would say, "Oh, hey," or just like in the U.S., black people who are educated or who have really made an effort to have a legitimate job and to bring themselves up in a way and have a decent family with a civilized a civilized culture, how they view gangbangers. Both are black. I mean, Bill Cosby was one, but then take a look, he's got his own issues going on right now.
And also Morgan Freeman.
Yeah, there's a good one, Morgan Freeman.
Oh man, years ago, and I was telling everybody about Morgan Freeman's a creep who had sex with his step-granddaughter, and people are like, no, Morgan Freeman's got a great voice, so he's a great person. And I'm like, I get that.
The thing is, take a look at what's leveled against Morgan Freeman.
A lot of it does sound like absolute
nonsense.
Now, some of it was straight up harassment, but a lot of it was like,
you take the same group of people. Well, what happened was it was a CNN hit. They went and they gathered, 16 women, and they just went out and had a PI track down all of these people who worked for Morgan Freeman. This wasn't like somebody came up. It was coerced. It'd be interesting to see how much they paid, how much these women were paid, because it's just literally a knock on the door. Hey, you used to work for Morgan Freeman. I'm from CNN. Can I talk to you about your time with? Did he ever, in any way, look at you in a sexual way, or Here you go. Really? You sure? Did he touch you? Here you go. Let's go ahead. How much? Do you want to fly out to the studio, first class, with your family? I mean,
with your family?
You never. I mean, that's one of the tactics that they do. If they don't want to,
they're just putting a big show.
Well, if they don't want to admit, or they can't, under certain circumstances, pay somebody to be on one of their shows because it'll be coerced. Then what they do is they give them a first-class package, or sometimes these companies have jets, and put them up at the Park Hotel, or and bring their whole family, and it's a massive vacation. And
stay in Shangri-La.
Their food. So typically, all expenses paid. It's legit, but it's 100% first class, and of course, the vacation is probably worth $10,000-$20,000, and they're not on the books for having paid the person. The person stays on the show and their family gets a vacation. Oh my gosh. So that happens all the time. But CNN did a hit on Morgan Freeman, and the best they came up with, there's no rape. He's just part of the list. And now the Weinstein list, what happened there is really bad. This is straight up rape and threatening people.
Right, yeah.
And I mean, downright awful behavior of dozens and dozens of women. Morgan Freeman, that's the best they could come up with. I'm shrugging my shoulders. I'm like, you know what? If you did the same thing to Ellen DeGeneres, you would have worse results.
Oh, okay? Yeah.
Worse results. I'm sure that she grabbed people and touched people and commented. I don't watch her show, but I've seen clips of it where she's touching other attractive women. And I mean, if you look up Ellen DeGeneres, sexual harassment, there's
none.
No, there is. You know that there is. I guarantee you.
I need to put myself together. I won't be touching anyone.
No.
Or after 10 years.
We're not doing that whole.
Yeah.
That's such nonsense.
Dianna touches me and looked at me sexually.
Yeah, and then of course it's like, oh man.
And I was like,
10
did
years
you
from
liked
now,
it?
10 years from now.
You enjoyed it. Or sign the NDA.
Let's take a look. I'm just gonna type in
You know what would I want to try? I've heard that Shangri-La Hotel has this very nice spa.
Uh-oh.
Very nice. I don't think I want the ES though.
You touched me.
If they have the extra.
You touched me.
Oh, sorry.
Harass her. She harassed me. She touched me.
I cannot touch anyone.
Her
wife is Ally McBeal?
Like
what? Portia.
I thought.
Yeah.
Like
De Rossi or whatever.
Yeah.
Portia de Rossi.
Yeah.
Oh,
I was always really surprised because she's really attractive. Like, not surprised that one chick's a lesbian, but surprised that, oh, right, Ellen's got
Does
money
it
and
mean
connections.
they?
Never mind.
They're like both lesbians.
Portia de Rossi
they're
was
like both lesbians.
sexually harassed by Steven Seagal. Ding, ding, ding. Small world.
Okay. Portia accused Steven Seagal of harassing.
Yeah. Here, let's try a different search engine because I know that there's something in here. If you just look, I'm sure. Let's try Bing.
I saw something in his browser.
What, here?
Yeah.
What do I have now?
I would want to tell anyone.
Wait, what do I have now?
A dating site.
Oh, yeah. Oh, shit. Do I have? What's wrong with that? Hey, I'm single. I'm single.
This is so funny.
I'll tell you what.
You know what's the dating site?
What's funny about
It's
me?
Grindr.
What?
I'm what?
Grindr. No, I'm kidding.
No, it's not. Oh God, yeah, there you go. No, there's like a. I mean, I was really shocked because now I'm single now, folks. So I'm allowed to look around here, and I spend a lot of time alone in a cement box. All right.
With your Velcro.
Stop harassing me. She's harassing Mom.
Asexual harassment.
Yeah, asexual harassment. So anyway, when we find this, I will I'm sure that if I'm just poking around here for Ellen DeGeneres sexual harassment, there's got to be somebody out there. But of course, it's never going to make the news. And if you did the same thing, if CNN did the same thing to Ellen DeGeneres or anyone else, Oprah, anyone.
Oprah.
Okay. You would come up. Oprah is not a target. She's black and she's female. That's not me too.
Is she married? Oprah?
No, I don't think so. She's married to money. She's married
There's
to
that
a lot
Stedman
of things.
guy. Her longtime companion.
Was he a white guy?
Oh, no.
Long-time partner, but not married. Smart.
I don't think Oprah would marry a white guy. That'd be like Whoopi Goldberg having a white husband. That just wouldn't work.
Didn't she marry like Ted Danson for a while?
Oh, come on. Okay, yes. So it's a
no,
dating
that was
site.
a
She's
movie
cute.
where she
Yeah, she's
Ted
cute.
Danson.
I'm just looking
Let
at
me
girls.
help you find the date.
Okay,
later.
well we can do that sometime later. I'll be okay.
What are you doing Thursday night? We're trying to get a caravan up to the hookah bar.
Oh, guys, don't get me drunk.
They got belly dancers.
Belly dancers.
They've got belly dancers.
Where about you guys are going?
P. Burgos Street.
Let's take K2.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
That's where there's that
To
action.
the hookah bar.
And
Is that the place
it's not,
There's
it's
belly
not
dancers
one of
though.
those bars, though. You know what I mean? It's not like...
Is that the place that's outside where we were hanging out?
yeah,
waiting
it's
for everybody?
nearby there, yeah.
Oh,
It's,
but not that.
it's called Arabian Nights.
Oh.
Oh, I'd never been. I would want to see belly
And
dancers or like pole dancers.
An Arabic, it's not like, they're not obscene. You know what I mean?
They have...
Like,
Oh,
even
well,
the girl
I'm
that
not going.
I made a little friend there, and one of the first things she pointed out, she's like, "We're not like the other bars," which means
no extra service.
Exactly. Yeah.
But get my number later. I'll text
All
you.
you have
give
to
me
do
your
is
number though.
See?
Yeah.
Say yes, you are.
Yes, you are.
Yes, you are. You're not. You sure?
Oh my God.
Absolutely sure.
Tu es terrible.
C'est pas de quoi.
Welcome to the dark part of the stream. YouTube, don't get us banned.
What was it? I mean, there was a place at a bar here. I think we can talk about this.
Yeah, we can talk about it.
You don't know what I'm going to say.
I'm waiting.
Okay. I have your approval, though, right?
Yeah.
I like that.
You got carte blanche. You haven't said
awesome.
a word, but it's okay.
Get out of jail free card. Well, maybe let me find something else that's really offensive. Now that I can say anything I want.
Maybe not me. Maybe
what's the name of the bar that it's down? It's like I think it's over by the embassy there, where it's like 90% women, and it's like a freelancer bar.
Oh yeah.
Wait. The embassy.
No, it's yeah, well, the embassy itself. That would be awesome. Oh my God, I've been paying a travel agent to go there to get my stamps, and little did I know.
It's something like
actually,
district.
you know what? I'm gonna have to go. You know what? Maybe
that's a great idea for an international political thriller.
Well, yeah, having a brothel. Run
it turned out that the embassy was actually, like the seat of human trafficking.
Again, we don't promote this kind of thing. We don't promote.
I said fiction. I said
that'd be
fiction.
Awesome, though.
International political
entertainment
thriller,
only.
Well, talk about it. I mean, you could wait in line for all sorts of things, right? I mean, I hate waiting in line, but if I have to wait in line and then also I'm waiting for a stamp and a girl. Right, or a seat at the in the corner at the bar, right? That would be cool. The embassy should have a brothel in the basement, don't you think?
Yeah, sure.
I mean, come on.
I mean, why not? Yeah.
Why? I mean, really.
They need to have like for girls too. You guys, you need to accompany me going in the bar.
Well, no, but that's the whole point.
But the girl bar.
No, that's the whole deal. That's why it would be so awesome, because you'd have, like, the dudes at the gate would only be letting in the hottest chicks because it's all American dudes. So that's like prime hunting for you guys, because y'all like.
For me?
Well, you guys seem to like American guys.
Not really.
Well, then you're not allowed. So. The great thing about being
I like Asian
an American
guys
in the Philippines is because, well, I mean, let's face it, everybody's using that. I mean, you can't buy a product here that doesn't have skin whitening in it.
True.
So, I mean, come on, y'all are trying to be white. We're right. We're white. So
white are always right.
So I'm sure there's exceptions, but hey, so that'd be a nice setup. We could charge girls to go there to hook up, because think about it, it's all guys, white guys, getting their renewals.
Oh.
What I mean,
when are you going there? Take
so there's
me.
a bar that's right near here. Actually, where's this dude?
Take me when you go to the embassy. Also take me when you.
That's not going to be fun, because I want.
Why?
Because I want to go out. I want to go to this
place.
bar. I want to go to this bar. Figure out where this. Here's this guy. I'll figure it out here. Y'all talk amongst yourselves here.
The Industrial Revolution was neither industrial nor revolutionary. Discuss.
What movie was that?
I'm feeling a bit verklempt. It was Mike Myers.
Oh, right.
Now we got coffee talk going on here. Okay, right. So
what's verklempt? What's the meaning of that word?
Verklempt. It's like a Yiddish word.
Yiddish.
What's that?
Like getting choked up emotionally, I guess. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, now we got coffee.
There's a red light district in Cebu as well. Oh my god.
Yeah, this is a really cool site. This guy's like the hound dog. That's why I got on this one. So
the online dating.
Well, yeah, this is a topic we probably shouldn't be talking about on the show. This particular thing. I'm just looking for this bar.
Early bar.
Which is anyway. There's a bar that apparently there's like 90% to 10%
girls.
All girls, and they're all freelancers.
Oh yeah. I've actually been to the Red Cat site. I think I know the one you're talking about. Yeah. And they've got a pool table. And yeah. It's like 2 or 3. No, I just read about it on this site.
Oh, okay.
100 girls every night.
Yeah. So anyway, that's right near the embassy. So I'm thinking, maybe I should go to the embassy and just. Too bad they don't have like one and the same. They should just combine the two.
Can I go?
No. Well, I mean, do you really want to go into a place where, like, you'd probably be the only person that's not a prostitute that's female?
I can always pretend.
Yeah.
Oh.
No.
No.
That check that out. Now, see, did we have to do? I mean, talk about.
I'm out of here.
We got room on this.
A bell.
No, and that's on.
Can't.
That's being recorded. No way.
A bell.
All done.
Ding ding ding.
No, I don't have time to date. I don't have time to date people.
So
I'm sweating.
well, it'll be interesting. I need to go over there anyway because apparently I've got some. I have to talk to people before they'll let me out of the country. But
okay, let's go back to the news.
Yeah, back to the news. I mean, we're going to be gearing up. We're gearing up for Singapore. It's going to be awesome. Trying to do 24 hours. We'll see if we can't get Redfoot, some of our favorite people. We're going to ask Dr. True to see if he can come on. We'll just, I don't know. Y'all need to brew some coffee up here. We're just going to be on some sort of natural. I mean, it's going to be a rampage anyway. It's going to be really exciting. It'll be fun.
Oh, yeah.
It'll be fun to do. We'll have 3 internet connections, 3 cameras, and we'll be 100% mobile.
How can you have 3 internet connections?
Well, we've got this phone, I've got my phone, and we've got the other camera with another.
You're going to get it working abroad.
Yeah, we'll just go, and there's 3 different main cell connections companies. So we'll have all 3, no matter where we go. So it's all cell based, and then of course every place that we're staying has strong internet. That's and is cheap. It's gonna be fun. I don't know. I don't know how else we're gonna screw with CNN. That'll be awesome. We're gonna hunt down CNN. I know where they're staying, and we're gonna go to the hotel that they're staying at for $1,200 a night.
Oh my God! You're gonna wait like outside the hotel?
No, we're gonna go in and hang out with them.
CNN.
No, we're gonna.
You're gonna hang out with them.
We're gonna go into the hotel as reporters and talk to them and to ask how they're covering things, and then we're gonna cover CNN covering it.
Right. Yeah.
And hopefully get
just like that Elvis Costello song. Reporting on the reporters. No, that's
You're
not.
You're gonna go undercover like the Veritas?
No, we're reporters. We're gonna have press passes just like anyone else. We're allowed in the hotel. We can sit down. We can talk to them, and then we'll talk about how they're viewing it. It'll be intriguing to see because their whole point is going to be their whole job is to figure out how they can turn it into a terrible thing. How denuclearizing the North Korean peninsula is a bad thing, and how evil Donald Trump is to do it. And if they can't do that, oh my God, look at his tie. I mean, so I'm sure I heard
that
oversized.
Everybody else only got 1 scoop of ice cream, and I just think
Donald Trump
we need to call the International Criminal Court,
NATO,
because
call NATO.
We're gonna have to get the Human Rights Committee of the UN involved.
Ice cream division.
Because Trump got 2 scoops of ice cream,
right,
and everybody else only got 1.
That bastard!
You know that, like, if he gave everybody else 2 scoops and he only had 1, then they'd be like, Trump gave everybody else 2 scoops of ice cream so that they melted all over, and he did that on purpose.
Ice cream division, popcorn division.
If you folks are mad, get on the phone, write your senators, talk to NATO Ice Cream Division. And I think that they're going to have meetings in The Hague about this very soon. Very, very soon. So, yeah, now that'll be interesting.
This is obviously a Geneva violation.
Because he has 2 scoops of ice cream.
Absolutely. That'll be fun, though, because their job is to make him look like an ass for doing this whole thing.
Right.
And probably find a way to say, well, they should have nukes. They really should. Who are you to take their nuclear weapons away? Guy's mentally unstable, number 1. So, yeah, we'll try to figure that out. And as many studio guests as well. You got to get your invitation. Get your invites. You don't want to be lonely in here. We'll be running this place as long as we can, Can't leave us alone. Can't have dead air over here. So, yeah, we'll have a big party. Maybe get a hotel room across the street.
To go hotel?
Well, for people, that don't live nearby. So, K2 is going to rock it here for us as long as he can. And so
Oh, is it 24 hours streaming?
It'll be a little bit longer than that because we're gonna start the show on Tuesday.
I'm gonna be reporting with my pajamas.
Sure, yeah. No, I mean, like I said, we're gonna be getting, if we've got studio guests and K2, if you guys are gonna rock the studio 24, we can just rock it in shifts, and that's maximum coverage because that's daytime. You're gonna have to go through the whole night here because it's gonna be daytime there. So we're gonna be covering it over there throughout the day in the United States. So we're gonna go through the night all the way up to.
It's night, yeah.
And it'll be in the morning that the meeting actually happens. So we want to catch the plane and all of it. So it'll be Gonzo journalism marathon
on the spot. Right?
Absolutely, we need to mess with the North Koreans too at the embassy. yeah, that'll be fun. See if we can't give them some a Babe Ruth bar or something typically American that they don't have in North Korea.
Right? Yeah.
Sneakers.
Emmentaler cheese. Kim Jong Un is a big fan of that. See if we can't drop off a care package for him.
For Kim Jong-un?
Yeah, true Americana stuff. What would she
The Americana coffee.
Some snuff. You need to get him some snuff. Man, well, if it took place in Vietnam, which it was, apparently Vietnam is pretty liberal on drugs. We could give them some good weed. I think everybody needs some good weed.
Really?
That's what I was reading. Is Vietnam? Maybe it's technically illegal, but they really don't care too much about smoking weed. You can smoke weed over there. At least that's what I've been reading. So, yeah, Singapore, you definitely don't want to.
Not a whole lot of people kill people for weed money.
Or you could pull a quick one on them in case they don't realize and give them chewing gum, which is never good in Singapore.
Oh, yeah.
Really?
You don't remember the whole deal with the chewing gum being illegal? Yeah, it's illegal to chew. Well, at least it was.
Did they cane you for that?
I think.
Why? And why?
Really?
Because?
Well, because there were a couple of instances where people were throwing it on the ground. And then there was an instance, and I think this is what happened. Somebody in the government... after they started making laws against chewing gum, somebody put it into a lock. Some went to someone's house or apartment and put it in someone's lock.
Wow!
And that just a government official, and they just banned chewing gum. So I don't know if that's still true, but that was a number of years ago.
I thought there's an accident that causes.
An accident?
Yeah.
Oh.
Because of that chewing gum.
Was there something that...
a train got derailed.
A train got derailed from chewing gum?
Yeah, they put lots of chewing gum on the...
That would be a lot.
Oh, you know what?
Yeah, a lot
I seem to remember something like that, though.
That's what I'm hearing. Before, that's what I heard before.
Was it a train? Banned. For some reason, that doesn't sound too far off, though. It's
a train.
There was
they
something
in the train, and then they got into accident.
Yeah.
See, let's research now.
Here we go.
Open Google.
It's causing maintenance problems in high-rise public apartments with vandals who put gum in mailboxes, keyholes. So we got that part right. So it was basically because of vandals. And then in 1987, the $5 billion local railway system, the Mass Rapid Transit MRT, started running. It was then the largest public project ever implemented in Singapore, and expectations were high. One of the champions of the project, Ong Teng Cheong, who later became the first elected president, declared, "The MRT will usher in a new phase in Singapore development and bring out a better life in all of us." Okay, so it was then reported that the vandals began sticking chewing gum on the door sensors of the trains. You were right about the trains.
Yeah.
Preventing the doors from functioning properly and causing disruption to train service. Such an instance was rare but costly, and culprits were difficult to apprehend. So in 1992, Goh Chok Tong, who had just taken over as the prime minister, decided on a ban. The restriction on the distribution of chewing gum was enacted in Singapore. Oh, there was a restriction. There were some people you could get a permit to chew gum.
Yeah. Jesus Christ.
Are you licensed to chew that gum?
Statute Chapter 57, like the Control Manufacture Act, which governs the restriction of certain alcohol and tobacco products. So they've got ATF chewing gum, ATFG. Alcohol, tobacco, and gum.
They just need to ban, like in the Philippines, they need to ban the chewing gum in the classroom. Because they put it under the desk, and then you're like there, and then you hold it and like, oh my God.
There were certain people, though, that had medical reasons for chewing gum.
Yeah.
And then, of course, like, if you're a competitive eater, of course.
You have to chew.
That's, you're in training the whole time. So if you're
that's like tiring though.
Well, that's like they're going to the gym.
Gotta work those masters.
Yeah. There is a new Nella video out.
What is she eating?
She's taking it back to where she started, and it's a small town on the North Island of I think it's like kind of north of Roatan, and it's a Mexican restaurant where she became famous for eating their I think it's a full kilo burrito, 2.2 pound burrito. We can watch it if you want. It wasn't enough to write an article about, but that's our sports for the month. She needs to step up her game. She missed Nathan's.
Balut.
Oh man, she takes suggestions.
Balut.
And she's hardcore. She does scorpions and I think she's done spiders. But yeah.
Now I need to challenge.
We should invite her up here because it's not that far.
Yeah, it's like a 7 hour.
No, I think
4 hours.
I think it's
New Zealand, right?
New Zealand. I think it's only like four hours, something like that. Yeah, we should get up and just massive balut. Oh, let's see how many eggs she's done, and then we'll figure out how much balut she can do. So
balut are like the quack quack.
Isn't that like quack quack means like snacks, but it comes from the sound a duck makes, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like quack quack.
Quack quack.
Let's eat quack quack.
Is that duck eggs?
Like quail eggs.
Yeah.
Quail eggs.
Yeah.
Oh right, yeah.
That you see in the streets.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what's interesting though?
Or like challenge Nella eat the chicken intestine, the grilled chicken intestine, and like the chicken feet.
Oh, how about like a whole banquet?
Chicken feet.
We could just do all of the
Filipino
fight? Everything, all of it, like
the eels,
eel and the whole deal. When we start making some money, we'll have to make sure
that's a different
invite her up here and see if she can't chow down. That'd be awesome. Just I got word.
It's okay to review like things like this because you guys are actually going to Singapore
to review.
Yeah, like their rules.
Oh yeah, I mean I don't think.
So don't bring any gum.
Yeah, no, I'm not a gum chewer anyway.
I
kind of get annoyed by people that chew gum.
Like you're in a meeting and then you have this person who's like, yeah.
And especially like
no, don't do that.
Hot chicks. Unless it's bubble gum, and, unless it's like a real slutty chick, then she should be chewing gum.
And then she does
it to defeat my gum chewing urge. Yeah.
Oh, you have that too.
It's a common.
Yeah, smoke.
So like whenever I feel like chewing gum, instead I'll just smoke a cigarette.
We went to the mountains, like we went to Kalinga. Have you seen these people chewing something? But it's not a gum.
It's like mama.
It's orange color.
I remember that because there was this sign and it said "Don't spit, mama."
And they're like saliva is like orange.
Like reddish colored. Yeah.
It's like, are they?
I'm
like
wondering if that's related to beetle nut, which is what they chew in
like
India.
that.
Oh man, I love that stuff.
Like old people,
it will turn your teeth like reddish, orange, brown.
And they said that they will, like it will make your teeth stronger.
Yeah.
And your jaw stronger because.
All right.
Well,
you can't do that.
we need to clear some things up here. Okay, so it was Michael Fay, the guy, the teenager who was caned. Remember that?
I remember
now,
that.
That was not for chewing gum. That he was actually a real dumbass spray painting something. So yeah, he went and spray painted something. Here's from this article. This is just the Wikipedia. They also drew attention to some of Singapore's other laws, including mandatory flushing of public toilets, which apparently is a rule. But you cannot get caned for chewing gum. You can get caned for going over to somebody else's country with a can, and spray painting. I'm sorry, caning that's fine. That's A-OK. Do it. Anyone that does that, I mean, it's like these basketball players. You're going to go over to China and start stealing stuff out of a convenience store? I mean, what? What are you thinking? I mean, why? I don't know. As far as I'm concerned, I'd kind of disagreed with Trump on that one. I'd say, hey, leave them there. I mean, especially since they came home and started, he should have sent them back and said, hey, we'll take away their passports and send them to China.
China.
Charge them with treason. Excommunicate them. Oh, man. So when a BBC reporter suggested that such draconian laws would stifle the people's creativity, Lee Kuan Yew retorted, "If you can't think because you can't chew, try a banana."
Try a banana. I would love to eat a banana.
That's a pretty good quote. So anyway, we got to clear that up. The chewing gum thing isn't canable.
Canable, not canable. But you're going to end up in prison?
We're not going to end up in any prisons at all.
You guys, you better be careful.
The only thing that we're going to have any problem with might be probably spending the amount of time that we'd like to in front of the South Korean or North Korean embassy. I don't know if people are going to have an issue with that, but
live streaming in front of North Korea.
Right, we're gonna obviously need to find a spot on the street or across the street, or we need a place to hook up for the duration of this show. So what we'll end up doing is probably have a place nearby, but we'll figure it out. No, we're not gonna get in trouble. We'll be okay.
I won't be there.
I mean, the only thing we'll probably get in trouble for is just not trouble. We're certainly going to be trying to get into places that are very secure. So, I mean, if you think about it, you've got North Korea, the president of the U.S., and possibly the president of China. Think of the security.
Yeah.
So it's going to be.
Go to that hotel, like the one that has a huge infinity pool, Marina Bay Sands Hotel. Like
what's going on there?
Like holding, maybe the summit is going to be there.
No, the summit is 90% chance, 98% chance. I don't know.
I miss Jintao being the leader of China, because then you could ask people, "Do you know who is the leader of China?" And they'd be like, "No, who?" And I'm like, "Yes."
Yes.
Because his name was Hu Jintao.
Hu Jintao. I'm not getting it.
The former leader of China was Hu Jintao. And so you could be like, "So do you know who is the leader of China?" And be like, "No, who?" It's like, correct. Who?
Oh, who? Okay, I got it.
The leader of China.
That's a knee slapper.
I know, right? I don't know. Third base, right?
I didn't get it.
Who was the guy's name?
Yeah,
Hu Jintao.
Oh,
so do you know who is the leader of China?
It's who?
Yes. Yeah. Who is the leader of China?
Right. Ha ha ha.
No, who?
It's like knock, knock.
It's like knock, knock.
So, Phil, knock, knock.
Who's there?
Who?
The leader of China.
No, who? All right.
The leader of China, who? Yes.
Who? Yes.
Knock, knock. Who's there?
Oh, man. I'm getting nauseated. This is so stupid. I just dropped to about 8 years old, man.
Oh my god, yeah. I was like,
are you awake yet? Or are you going back?
Do you want me to punch him?
Yeah, hit him really hard. Give him some more stuff or something.
Oh, man.
Some coffee or something going on.
I think what you had is like not a coffee, it's a wine.
Yeah.
Smoking ban. Smoking ban.
No.
Public policy, criminal.
God.
I don't know. We're checking up on that. But
anything.
It's not
that.
checking about the cigarette rule.
Why not?
You have to check it because you guys.
Oh well. We can always take our handy snuff. That's not banned anywhere yet. They'll find a way.
Let's talk about the thing that we have here, like the chicken and human thing that we're like talking about last night.
Oh God, man! I wish that I'd shared that picture. Oh crap! I was gonna send it to you in Slack last night. No. There's a picture of Abraxas. Abraxas. The like feathered serpent, and it's like part man, part snake, and it's got a chicken's head. And I was like, that's what they're working on. I mean, like maybe I don't know.
Scientists successfully create half a human, half chicken embryos in lab.
That's so sexy.
Terrible.
That's so sexy.
That's hot.
But no.
There are people that have chicken fetishes. Have you heard of that?
God.
This Brazilian
chicken wings. I have fetish in chicken wings.
My ex-wife's best friend. Okay, and I mean, I was on the floor laughing, and every time she mentioned this, I was just I don't know why, but
I want to eat chicken wings.
So her friend dated this guy, and they were really, really serious, and so he. After about a year of dating this girl, and they're Brazilian, right? So I think it's just even funnier that they're Brazilian because you can just picture this. He's stumbling. There's obviously something that he wants to talk to her about that's sexual, but he's really super embarrassed. Well, anyway, they get to that point where he's able to finally tell her, and he comes in with this big box, and the thing that he's been wanting the entire time that they've been having sex together and she opens the box and it's a chicken suit. And that's the whole deal. And he's 100% serious about this, is that he had to groom her for a year to get her to put on this chicken suit. And apparently their sex life quickly fell apart because he wouldn't be able to have sex with her without the chicken suit. So this is good news for this guy, the chicken embryo, the human thing. I don't know why I just thought of that, but that's really good news. I mean, for this guy, has some tailored stuff. And you know what was even worse is when I heard this before I went down there and actually met these people.
Did you see?
That's funny because all of a sudden,
no, of course, Mom.
All of a sudden, I'm remembering there was the Chicken Lover episode of South Park in like season 2 or 3.
Chicken Lover.
And there is the song Mother Goose by Jethro Tull, and the Chicken Fancier, talking about a dude whose like sister drove a lorry, a truck, and he was a chicken fancier. In British slang, to fancy means like you want to do it.
Yeah.
And so like I remember like all of a sudden this is kind of, that's evidently a thing.
Chicken.
Like I never thought of that because like South Park, you're like, that's South Park, it's over the top ridiculous.
Yeah.
But then I remembered, wait a minute, but it's also in that Jethro Tull song. So maybe that's a thing? That's like a legit fetish.
This guy's taking it to a new level. I mean, and then of course there's scientists, with the chicken embryos, man. It's going to be exciting coming up. I think 20 years from now, it's going to be real exciting stuff. Except they'll be half chicken, half humans wandering around. I wonder what brothels are going to look like once we get into it.
Terrible.
Yeah.
No, please. Like I would want to date this guy, and also I would want to cook him for chicken adobo.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh dear, that's not right.
Or like tinola.
That's not right.
Like part of him, I want to chop and cook it for tinola.
By the way, we need to explain to our new listeners why we're snorting, what we're snorting here. This is 2 brands we've got here. This is Silver Dollar.
You got the Silver Dollar
snuff.
from that's from like Nevada, right?
I think it's this particular was purchased in Nevada. Nevada.
Oh, right.
Okay.
Yeah, I knew there was a Nevada connection. Yeah,
Yeah,
this right
there you
here
go.
is the McChrystals, which is originally a UK brand, evidently. 100% fine foreign tobacco, nasal snuff.
Interesting, though, this is actually made in the Isle of Man.
Island of what?
It's in the British Channel. It's a tax haven.
So wait a minute. So the U.S. snuff
talk
is made in the UK, whereas the UK snuff is made in Moore Park, California?
No, that's crazy. This is the Isle of Man, you know, the tax haven in the English Channel.
What's the difference?
Well, and this is Silver Dollar, which is
a U.S. brand. So the U.S. brand snuff was made in the UK, and the UK brand stuff was made in the U.S.
But I mean, Silver Dollar is like the old West, you know.
Right? Yeah.
And then yours is all proper.
It's confusing.
And it's made in what? New Jersey?
Moore Park, California.
Okay, yeah. That's as far from Brit as you can get.
Yeah.
Right next to the Chili's. Yeah. Yeah. Oh my God.
Gosh.
Wow. People. Running through. Oh man, Lexi wrote this incredible article. It's remembering Benghazi for Memorial Day here, and I don't know if you guys saw all the comments on it. Our comments section just went crazy.
That was posted like right around the time I was going to bed. So, yeah, I didn't get a chance to check that.
It's an excellent article. People should go to thegoldwater.com and read this. It's by Lexi, who's we're so lucky to have her writing for us. It's called Remember Benghazi, and it goes through the entire ordeal. It's a good time to remember this because it's not over. This investigation is not over. The crimes that were committed, allowing this to happen, the unnecessary deaths of these people, and the number of people that were wounded, and just the outright terror and rage, and the aftermath of it, and the lying and deceit of Hillary Clinton regarding this should never go away. And everybody should be remembering this, especially the people that fell that day. And so if you do have a chance, Lexi has put together the entire timeline of it, and just goes through, and it's a very good article. I would highly recommend to people that just want to remember what happened, and you'll probably leave a little bit upset, but it's good to remember these people, and including our diplomatic corps, the people that are fallen, that aren't necessarily military, Chris Stevens as well. So anyway, I'd like to, on Memorial Day, point that out to folks. Anyway.
Do I need to do this?
No, you really, I mean, I guess if you were saluting, I don't know. Moment of silence. You're just thinking about it. I mean, you're not necessarily an American, but you like us. So our military guys. I mean, it's the people that are fallen in war. And the other article that she wrote was really interesting. It was the Ladies of Arlington. You ever hear of this?
Yes. Yeah, that was really heartwarming.
And this has been
nice
going
to
on
have a feel-good story once in a while.
Yeah, it's this group of ladies since the 1920s, I think. I can't remember.
So if there's folks that like got no family or loved ones or wife or kids to come visit them, they keep,
So if somebody dies and they don't have family and they're getting buried at Arlington National Cemetery, there's a group of ladies who they're escorted by a military detail that is assigned just to do that, and they attend the funeral of people who don't have a family, or their family's not able to go. And it's this group of ladies. And apparently back in...
Nuns?
No, they're just a group of ladies. It started with the widows of war.
Widows of war.
And they started attending. They noticed that they thought that it was very sad that nobody was attending some of these funerals. And so they took it upon themselves to attend. And it's been a group of ladies that have been doing this since, I mean, most of the 20th century. So and so that's also at thegoldwater.com. I think it's entitled the Ladies of Arlington, Really cool story. And what was interesting, though, I don't know if she has it in there, but I was looking up some of the sources, and throughout it, it's all the ladies. But in the 1980s, apparently there was one dude.
Just one dude?
A guy.
Wink.
Out of all,
a guy.
Don't ask.
It's like, all right, there's always got to be someone.
The Arlington ladies and this dude
and this guy. So,
oh my God.
Yeah, but yeah, there's a lot that we don't know about that goes on behind the scenes.
So how long is it gonna be before you guys are going to Singapore? Like a week?
No, we're just gonna spend a little time before and after, so it'll be the 11th, 12th, and then of course whatever is left of the 13th. Afterwards, we most likely will fly home on the 13th. So
cool.
We'll be exhausted. We'll be exhausted.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah. Definitely need a nap after that.
Is this like a weekend?
Oh wait, let's see.
No, it's on Tuesday, so it'll be Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday.
Oh, okay.
So it would basically be like us going through this show.
Right, yeah.
And then going at 24 hours.
Right,
Wednesday,
yeah. So we get back on my day off, though.
Well, that'll be good.
Wednesday. When's your day off?
Because I will, Thursdays.
Yeah.
Thursdays.
And then we'll have to just, I mean, we'll be taking turns, and obviously we'll need to pass the con back and forth.
June 12th, though, it's like the Independence Day in the Philippines.
Oh.
But
well, hey, that's cool because, oh no. Well, it doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
I was hoping that traffic would...
Good luck with your math homework, Sky. Sorry, I'm reading over your shoulder.
But math homework. You can do it.
Thanks for joining us in the show, by the
Yeah,
way.
yeah, absolutely. Oh, wow.
So,
time did fly.
Yeah. It was a fun show.
Wow. Yes. Thanks, everybody, for... Let me do the plugs for... The Story Behind the Story is a show that Dr. A. Truott hosts. It's pretty crazy stuff. Man, we tore it up last week. It is on Friday nights at 7 p.m. Pacific. That's The Story Behind the Story, and you can go there and listen. And sometimes we take callers. It is at Revolution Radio, and you can get there, freedomslips.com. That's freedomslips.com. Studio B, 7 p.m. Pacific on Fridays. And, of course, Redfoot, who is our... Alex is our... he's our resident conspiracy guy, yet alternate source. We call him maybe the alternate source. He lives in the penalty box over here, but you can find him at 8ch.net/Flat Horizon. And also, if you really want to go down deep into the rabbit hole, you can go to labvirus.com. That's LABVIVIRUS.com. And that's all my spiel.
He's sleepy.
Major
I'm not sleepy.
James
I'm awake.
Burdock signing off.
You're awake.
Yeah, sure.
I'm signing off. Don't forget to go to the Goldwater.
And until next time, same Goldwater time, same Goldwater channel.
Ciao, folks.
Salam.